Kyle, thanks for coming out and speaking to us. How are you feeling?
Um, it's a little bit, it's a little bit hard to gather my thoughts at the moment. It's just devastated, really. You know what I mean? We're one kick away there in 90 minutes to getting through to the next round. So it's a horrible way to go out with two set play goals and two goals that are right at the end of both periods of time. But yeah, it's a tough one to take, really.
Yeah, I know anything can happen in football and in sport, but how did two of those things happen on the same night?
I don't know. It's just one of them things. The first one, I don't even think it's a free kick. I think the lads made the absolute most of it, and the referees decided to give a free kick, and then it's one of them where you concede it, and really when you concede one, you shouldn't really concede two of them. But I've heard people have seen it back, and the second one's offside. So take from that what you will, but it's the same old time, really. It's too many mistakes, but it's a tough pill to swallow.
Yeah. How's the mood? I mean, it's a daft question in a way, but how's the mood in that changing room right now? Are people angry or are they just shell-shocked?
Yeah, I think it's more just shock more than anything. It's like a balloon and just being popped and just deflated, and that's the best way to describe it. No one's angry. It's one of them things where, like I say, it's hard to gather my thoughts at the moment and really think about how the game's gone, things like that. Because I really thought if we won this game tonight, then we really had a real good chance of going up. I thought Grimsby would have been the toughest game of the playoffs, with the two games that we had in the regular season with them. But again, lads are just down. Feels like a kick in the teeth, and everyone's deflated.
Yeah, I understand that. And the two goals aside, I mean, what did you make of the performance this evening? There was very little to separate the two teams from our perspective.
Yeah, I think it's a typical playoff game. Everyone's maybe a little bit on edge. We sort of changed game plan a little bit halfway through second half. I felt that they were getting joy when we were setting up the play short and going into longer. It was sort of, they were getting everything on the second ball. So I made the decision to sort of push us up and try and make the game a little bit more percentage football and try and win things. You know, we had Eli and Woods on the pitch. Every time the ball went into Woods, he's holding it up, he's flicking it on. And I thought that sort of worked in the second half. We kind of killed their momentum a little bit. They had a little bit on the transitions, but again, I mean, we go 1-0 up with 15 minutes to go, and it's just so unlucky that we can't see the game out. I don't feel like we created enough tonight. The times that we did get in around the box, I think we were a little bit rushed. Instead of finding that next pass, we were a little bit rushed to sort of look for that goal.
And I know obviously the two goals are chaotic and they're crazy in the way that they happen, but I wonder if actually we've seen some of this before this season, and whether or not some of these patterns, despite the shock of the two goals, are symptomatic of things that we've seen this season: conceding from set pieces, conceding late on in games.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the stats are on the set plays, but I don't think we've conceded a lot. I think we've done better than what we did last year. So I think, like you say, it's two identical goals, the first and the second. It's horrible to go out like that, especially when, like I say, we were in that position to go through with the last kick of the game. It's just one of them that we have to identify as a group, and we have to work that a little bit harder on it next year.
At the moment, most of the fans are shell-shocked and stunned by how this has happened this evening. That will, I imagine, transition into an element of frustration amongst some of them, at least in the next few days, that this football club is in the non-league again for a fourth straight season. Do you sympathise with that? Of
course, it's a massive club and it shouldn't be here. We've tried our hardest this season to get out of the league. You know what I mean, we got 82 points and we finished fifth last season. That gets you second, and that gets you a home semi-final, and you're 90 minutes away from going to the London Stadium. So, do you know what I mean? You can see the standard that was set this season with the teams, a very high points tally, a lot of good teams, a lot of different challenges we're facing every week, and of course I can sympathise. It's the same with all of us. We're frustrated, we're upset that we've been put out like this, and like you say, it's another season in this league, which is not what we set out to do at the beginning of the season.
We'll see you again next year.
Yes, I'm on a contract, so I'll be here.